Hello guys, I am back with another review, and today we're talking about what deku was in Hazbin, the hotel. So in the last video, well, after waking up from let's just say a fun night, Izuku was woken up and saw everything, let's just say everything is basically just like gone to shit. So, Izuku decides to try and go to sleep again, as Izuku was basically annoyed by the knocking at the door, so Izuku just killed the landlord, which he was the one that's knocking on the door. So, basically some things happened, like for example, Izuku met, well, Stain and literally killed them, and also saved, Ida from basically being killed by Stain. So, after that, Izuku also killed Shigaraki, which Izuku believed that, he might be the leader, or should I say successor, of All for One. Which, he was right, but he was not actually the leader. He's more like a co-leader, actually. So, after Konagiri escapes with, the body of Shigaraki, they basically decide to, move to a different area, basically Izuku and the rest of his, team. Because, the police basically arrived at their doorstep and saw the dead body in the bathroom. So, yeah. So, they decide to live in a, let me just, let's just call it a really sketchy looking, shrine. Mostly because there's like, skeletons in the closet. Most of them being children. Let's don't question anyway. So, and then we, go into the perspective of All for One, where he was talking to Lemony Snicket, which he's actually a minion of All for One. He's currently trying to escape the wrath of Velvet. Apparently he did a really, really, really bad idea to her. As in bad idea, I mean, actually I don't have an idea for it. Let's just say it's pretty horrible, to say the least, basically. So, after giving All for One a special, weapon made from the blood of Eri, and, some holy weapons that are melted down and turned into, into a sword, basically able to kill humans and, court users alike. So, yeah, after that, well, it's basically the end of that episode. So, yeah, so let's talk about what happens next. So, Izuku, after waking up, he goes into a little fridge, which Izuku, bought when they were, getting ready to go to sleep. Well, Izuku grabs a can of beer as Izuku starts chugging it. As both, Todoroki and Luna basically wake up. As Luna says this, "So you're drinking right in the morning?" Izuku says this, "Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it keeps me awake every single morning for some reason." As Todoroki says this, "Alright, so do you have any clue where, this Lemmy Snicket guy is?" Izuku says this, "I'm taking a bet that he's working with All for One." I think for now we should just, just rest for now. Maybe even have a bit of a, have fun. As, Kendo wakes up as she says this. "Yeah, we should do it. Maybe we can go to the arcade, or maybe even go to, an amusement park or something. I heard that there's, a really famous amusement park near us." As, Luna says this. Sure. I mean, it would at least at least it will basically just, blow off some steam." As Izuki says this. "Yeah." So, late at night, or should I just say, 8 p.m. or just 8 o'clock, everybody's basically getting ready to go to the, to the amusement park, which is, in a, right next to the beach, by the way. So, everybody's basically excited as Izuku says this. "We need to turn into our, more humanoid forms." As Luna says this. "Oh yeah." So, after transforming into their human-ish forms, I mean, Izuku still has like those weird-looking like elf ears. I mean, Izuku still has them on him, but at least it doesn't look well weird. Izuku can just like play it off as like his quirk or something, like a quirk mutation or something. For Luna, she starts transforming into her human form, but for Todoroki and Kendo, because they don't know how to actually they don't have the ability to basically turn into humans, or like turn into a human. So they have to pretend that or tell people that they're like so-called quirks just mutated them a little bit. Like for example, Todoroki's like half and half like face. Mm, Actually, it's not like half and half face. It's more like her face has like a like one half is like just normal, and the other half looks like a well, let's just say something that you should never see on like a just imagine the most horrifying that you like the most horrifying thing you can think of. That's what the half of Todoroki's faces look like. For for well for Kendo, just imagine her face looks like a like her face looks like it has like face paint. Like her face looks like a skull, but when you try to scrape it off, it's actually a part of her skin. So yeah. So wait for a second. So you start going off to to the amusement park. As they arrive there, they see a large Ferris wheel, some some games, even a carnival over there. Uh, and there's also a circus for some reason, which Izuku said this. Really? A fucking circus? Taking bets that one person is going to be eaten by a lion. As, Luna kind of laughs as she starts, chowing down on the, candy floss. Should I just say cotton candy? I prefer to just call it, candy floss. So, while they were looking around the, wait for a second. After looking around the, the, the whole, like, facility of the amusement park, while they were basically playing some games, Izuku bumps into a person. Izuku says this. Oh, sorry. So, can I help you with as Izuku stops, as Izuku sees Ida, as Ida says this. Wait, as Izuku says this. As Izuku starts covering his mouth, as Izuku says this. Don't tell anybody that I'm here. If you do, I'm dead. As he says this. I mean, you're the one that saved me, so I think I should just repay you. As Izuku says this. Don't try and American guards or policemen or anybody that will try and jail me or my friend. Got it? As he says this. Sure. As Todoroki says this. Who is that guy? Do you know him, Izuku? Izuku says this. Oh, sorry about that. Izuku says this. Oh, yeah, we're just friends. As Ida says this. Yeah, we actually met during, during the time in that, whole crisis. As, Luna says this. Crisis? As for, wait for a second. As Kendall says this. What crisis? As Ida says this. Oh, you didn't know? There was an attack by some villains from the League of Villains themselves. Apparently they bring out some of these, weird looking creatures or something. I'm currently working at, UA as a student. As all three of them say this. Seriously? Why would we ever talk to you then? As for, Luna, she says this. Yeah, you're a hero, so... And for Kendo, she says this. Yeah, uh, uh, they basically just sigh as... Well, Ida says this. Why are they like that? As... Well, Izuku says this. Well, all of us hate heroes. Pretty much. As he says this. Wait, why? Why do you hate heroes? Are you like a part of that? Izuku says this. No, I'm not a part of that Millennium group or whatever. I just don't like heroes and their methods. As in methods. I mean how prideful they are. They're corrupt. As Ida says this. But heroes are good. Izuku says this. Seriously, you don't know the story? As wait for a second. As Izuku basically just tells him a story about this kid, and he's talking about himself, Izuku. Izuku talks about how he was actually Izuku doesn't imply that that person in the story was him, so people won't, or at least like Ida won't tell Bakugo or something like that. So they're telling him the story about him dying because of Bakugo. And by the way, Izuku actually implied like Bakugo did that to him. As story, he says this. No way. Bakugo actually did that? Izuku says this. Yeah. That is why I absolutely hate heroes. Because of their they make me sick. As all three of them agree, as Ida says this. Well, I'm going to change that. I want to make everybody feel that heroes are not evil, they're not corrupt, and I want to bring the corrupted to justice. I want them to feel loved, including the quirkless people. I just want everybody to be safe. As he stops while talking, as he sees, and the rest of them see, three more people. One is a girl with, well, wait for a second. A girl with brown hair and chubby cheeks. The other, a girl that looks almost similar to a frog, but more humanoid and less, green. And for the final one is a boy. The boy seems to be, well, he seems to have like a bird head. As they say this. Ida, why did you... Uh, Dang, you're fast, says the girl with the brown hair. As the other girl with the frog-like features says this. Yeah, Kero, maybe next time you should never do that again. I mean, what if you might get hurt, Kero? As the guy says this. Yes, but don't worry, Dark Shadow helped me try and find you. As they look, as they see Izuku and his friends, or his teammates, should I say, as they say this. So, Ida, do you know them? As he says this. Oh yeah, we met during that whole crisis thing. He kind of saved me. As, the girl said this. Wait, they saved you? As Izuku says this. Actually, I'm the one that actually saved them. These other three just left me. I told them that I'm going to be going going with them later after I saved him and his sorry ass. As Ida says this. Sorry ass? As Zika says this. I mean, it is true. As all three of them just laughed, being the the two girls and boy over there right next to Ida. Wait for a second. As the girl says this to Izuku, it's nice to meet you. My name is Ochako Uraka. As the other girl says this, my name is Suhiro. As the other guy, being the one with the, bird head, says this, my name is Tokuyami. It's nice to meet you. And this is my quirk. I call him Dark Shadow. As Dark Shadow says this, nice to meet you. Izuku says this, um, hey, Tokuyami, are you some sort of edgelord? As he says this, why would you ever say that? Dark Shadow? I mean, just a name. It sounds so pathetically edgy. As literally feels like he's getting bashed on, like he says, uh, 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 are you hurting me right inside? You're hurting me right now. Like he's doing that face. Like, like seriously that face. As, well, Sue says this. Maybe try not to be so mean, Kero. Izuku says this. I mean, it is the truth. Wait for a second. So yeah, after a bit of banter, Ida says this. Hey, maybe we should try and go into the funhouse over there. As Izuku says this. Huh. This place almost reminds me of, well, um, I think it was called Lululand. It apparently is in like the second episode of Hell of a Boss. This is actually a spoiler if you didn't know that, well, episode yet. You should like click off the video, or just well, skip this part. So in that episode, it's basically, well, they had to like guard and also, well, protect, well, Stolas. So after that, they also basically, well, apparently him and his wife have been, well, in a rocky relationship now. So yeah, so because of that, let's just say things have been going pretty rough. So that is why he like go to Lululand in the first place, so he can try and, well, reunite the kindling with, well, with him and his daughter, so they can, well, at least act like a family again. So wait for a second. So yeah, they basically had to, well, try and act like a family again, basically. So that's basically what happened in that episode, basically. So back to the story itself. So after Izuku thought of that, well, Ochako said this. Come on, let's go. So they go through the, well, funhouse. As they go through a mirror maze, Izuku was already confused enough because, well, Izuku starts hitting, well, some glass, basically. Every time when he finds like an area that he can walk through, Izuku hits himself in the head by, well, by a wall. So after, well, getting out of that, well, mirror room, well, they started going off to another room, which is basically like a vault. Ezekiel thinks in his mind, I'm hoping there's no feces or anything, or at least I don't, well, won't get like some sort of disease, because apparently, well, I'm not. This is not actual like an actual thing, but I heard that like ball pits are basically filled with like different types of diseases because well, they rarely wash the ball pit. So let's just say that, well, that fun house is like, well, ball pit is basically not washed like at all. Like maybe like since like a few years ago, maybe. So Izuku basically grabs onto the ropes, which are basically how they well, basically get into that area, basically go to the next area, basically. So they start grabbing onto the rope as Izuku starts climbing. As after Izuku makes it, well, everybody else starts, well, going going to the next area, except for Ochako, which she just cheats by using her, well, floating powers, or her like quirk. So the next area is basically like a, well, how do I say it? Like, what do you actually call it? The next area is basically like a, how do I say it? Um, just imagine like one of those like haunted houses, like like part. Basically, it looks like a haunted house, basically. So, when they arrived there, everybody was completely spooked except for Izuku and the rest of his, well, posse. Luna says this. They're seriously fake. Izuku says this. Yeah, I agree. I seen much more scarier shit in hell. As Ochako said this. You're being, well, are you trying to be, well, literal, or Izuku says this? I'm trying to be sarcastic. I mean, I, s- I seen hell metaphorically. As she says this. Oh, okay. So, after a while, they made it outside to the exit. Izuku says this. Oh boy, that was fun. So, everybody decides to, well, go to the beach and basically, well, rest for now. Just, putting their feet into the sand and basically started playing with the, well, well, a beach ball which, Tokiyami bought. So, Izuku says this to, Luna. This place feels quite relaxing. As she says this. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree, but, um, last time when I was in a job, well, I gone to a beach. Actually, a beach, well, what do you call it? I actually gone to a beach concert once in, well, in one of our jobs. Izuka says this. Really? So, what was that job for? As she says this. Well, we had to kill like 1,000 or, well, actually, I think it was like 1,000 or 1,000,000 people. Izuka says this. That might sound fun, but it sounds, well, a bit of a hassle to me. As she says this. Yeah, agreed. So, after, well, a while of, well, partying, well, they started going off to their separate ways. Izuku gets back home with the rest of his team as Izuku says this. Ah, that felt nice. As, well, wait for a second. As Todoroki says this. Yeah, agreed. That actually felt a bit nice. As Kendo says this. Yeah, it actually felt really good getting that sand all the way to my toes. uh, anyway, uh, I should try and get some sleep now. Night. As, well, all of them say their good nights as they go to sleep. Ezekiel sleeping on the couch, and the rest of them sleeping on the, well, bed. So, yeah, so I hope you liked the video. Comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye. So, before you actually leave, just comment down below about, well, something important. Um, I'm currently making my what if Deku was in Fate, and I'm looking for some servants for the what if. If you comment down below, just pick some servants from these classes, which are mostly just archer and lancer, and also rider, because, well, I don't have any, well, ideas for the archer, rider, and lancer class servants to be Izuku's, well, servants in that what if. So yeah, just go down below and basically comment, and you can just pick any type of servant in Fate. Just search it up on, like, well, on, like, the Fate, like, website or something. And, well, yeah. And also, a bit of an announcement. The what ifs that I'm going to be, well, all of you are going to be picking in the, well, when I finish this series. You only have to pick two because, well, the third what if is going to be what if Deku was in Fate. So yeah, so the okay, yeah. So I hope you liked the video. Comment, subscribe. Basically, just comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.